ലൈവായിട്ടുണ്ട്.
Okay. Good morning, dear students. Hope you have joined the session. So I would like to discuss the topic direct and reported speech. We are discussing the chapter from the text Equip English for Undergraduates, and this is Unit 6, Direct and Reported Speech. I request all of you to open your text. We will discuss some important rules regarding the transformation of a direct sentence into indirect or reported speech. Let us look at the chapter. When we want to communicate what somebody has said, we can either use direct speech or reported speech. My dear students, we can report what somebody said to another person. So we can do two methods. Number one, direct method, direct speech, or another one is indirect speech. So we will learn more about these things in today's class. Look at this. In direct speech, what the speaker has said is presented in her or his own words without any change. So when we use direct speech, we will use the words exactly as it is spoken by the speaker. We will not change it. Okay? In indirect or reported speech, the speaker's words are reported by another person, and therefore certain essential changes in grammatical structure, wording, and punctuation must be made. So as far as we are concerned, we will learn more about these rules. When we change a direct speech into an indirect speech, there are certain changes that happen to the sentence. As we already said, in direct speech, we will use the exact words spoken by the speaker. But when it comes to indirect speech, we are changing it into different ways. That means there are some changes will happen when we change a direct speech into indirect speech. So hope you have understood what we mean by direct speech. In direct speech, we are trying to report what the speaker said using his own words. So in direct speech, we use the statement in quotation marks. But in indirect speech, we are not using the exact words spoken by the speaker. So there will be some changes. So we will learn that changes. So before we move on to that, look at the example here. In direct speech, we have a sentence here. Priyanka said, "I am very tired now." Look at this. Priyanka said, we have, look at the sentence, "I am very tired now." So here, this is an example. I am very tired now. Look at this. This is an example given in our text. We will change that sentence and look at the changes mentioned here. This is an example for a direct speech. Here, the sentence made by Priyanka is given here as it is. So we have used quotation marks. I am very tired now. Now look at the way it is changed. Priyanka said that, look at this. Said that she was very tired then. Now, these are the changes that we will look at in detail. In the reported speech, the example sentence is now changed in this fashion. Priyanka said that she was very tired then. We will analyze the changes. Number one, there are some changes. Number one, the quotation marks which contain the actual spoken words uttered by Priyanka have been omitted. So in this sentence, you don't find any quotation marks. As I mentioned, in direct speech, we use quotation marks. But in indirect speech, there is no quotation marks, number one. Now look at the second. The conjunction that has been added before Priyanka's words. You find a word that. Yes, a conjunction is used before the quoted sentence. So this is another change. Number three, the pronoun I has been changed to she because the speaker has changed. Priyanka said that she, look at this, she. Here in the direct speech, I was used. It is replaced by she. So we need to learn these changes. So here we are reporting. Here Priyanka is not saying this sentence. So we have she here instead of I. Now look at the next sentence. Next major change. The present tense form am has been changed to the past tense form was. Look at this. I am. Look at this. She was. This is the change. Present tense form is changed to past tense. Now one more. The adverb now has been changed to then. Here it is now. Then you have then. Instead of now, we have then. So my dear students, these changes we need to learn in detail. What are those changes or what are these rules that we need to learn when we change a direct speech into indirect speech? So my dear students, first of all, please understand what we mean by direct speech. In direct speech, we use the exact words spoken by the speaker. We use them in quotation marks when we write that. But when it comes to indirect speech, we are not using the exact words spoken by the speaker. So there will be some changes. Here, there won't be any quotation marks. Now, we'll learn in detail what are the changes that happen to a sentence when we change that from direct speech into indirect speech. We will look at these examples one by one. I mean these rules. I hope you can follow me. Now take a look at the first one. Rule number one. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, all present tense forms of the verb within the direct statement are changed into their corresponding past tense forms. This is the rule number one. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, all present tense form of the verb in the direct statement are changed into their corresponding past tense forms. So look at the example given in our text. Usha said, look at this. Usha said. Now, I am leaving. I'm leaving. So here, please remember, here as we mentioned, we learned this is a direct sentence. Usha said, I am leaving. Now, as per the rule number one, we mentioned that when the reporting verb is in the past tense, all the present tense form will change to their corresponding past form. Look at this. Here, what do you mean by a reporting verb? This is something that you need to learn. Here, this is what you call reporting verb. Said. This is the past form of the verb say. Said. Usha said. So, now we have to look at the tense of the quoted sentence. I am leaving. Okay? Usha said, I am leaving. Now, as per the rule we mentioned, look at the change. Usha said that she was leaving. She was leaving. Okay, as we have already learned, there won't be any quotation marks here. Now, I am, this is present continuous form, so this is changed to past continuous. Usha said that she was leaving. Okay, so whatever be the sentence, if it is in the present form, you can use the respective, that means the corresponding past tense form. So look at this, instead of I am leaving, if you use present perfect form, we have to use the past perfect. For example, Usha said, I have left. Suppose instead of leaving, I have left, you have to change into past perfect. Usha said that she had left. So this is the rule number 1. So when you have the quoted sentence in the present form and the verb is in the, this verb, reporting verb is in the past form, we have to change the quoted sentence to the corresponding past tense form. Please remember this point. So I am leaving, she was leaving, I have left, she had left. Present perfect to past perfect. If it is, for example, I have been leaving or she had been leaving, present perfect continuous to past perfect. Or simple present, I leave, she left. Are you following me? So this is the rule number 1. I repeat, when the reporting verb is in the past tense, all present tense forms of the verb within the direct statement are changed into their corresponding past tense forms. So remember, please note this is the reporting verb. Usha said, this is in the past tense. Okay, now I hope this is clear to you. So all the present tense form will change to past tense form. I hope you understand, you remember the tenses that we have already learned. We have in present, we have 4 forms: simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and past perfect. Present perfect continuous. Similarly, you have to change all these present forms into past, they are corresponding. That means if it is simple present, you have to change to simple past. If it is present continuous, you have to change to past continuous. If it is present perfect, you have to change to past perfect. And if it is present perfect continuous, you have to change it to past perfect continuous. So rule number 1, if the reporting verb is in the past tense, all the present tense form of the quoted sentence will change to their corresponding past tense form. Now, shall we look at the rule number 2? If the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, the tense form within the direct statement remains unchanged. I repeat, if the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, the tense form within the direct statement remains unchanged. Look at the example here, given here. Irfan says, look at this. Irfan says or will say. Here, this is the reporting verb, says or will say. Okay, remember this is in the present form and this is in the simple future form. If it is in the simple present or simple future, that means in the present or future form, look at the, I'll give you the example given in the text. I'm not attending the party. I am not attending the party. I'm not attending the party. This is the quoted sentence. I'm not attending the party. Look at this. When you change this, Here there is a second rule. I mean, here the quoted sentence, I mean reporting verb is not in the past form. That is, here it is in the present form and here it is in the future form. So look at this. Irfan says that I am not. Here he is not attending. He's not attending the party. Look at this. Here the change is, instead of I am not, here we have I is changed to he because the person is Irfan, that is third person singular, masculine gender. That is why we have he. But the rule, as per the rule, this is very important for us. That is, there is no change in the tense of the quoted sentence. Remember, here the tense is present continuous, and in the quoted sentence as well, I mean in the reported speech, the same tense form is retained. So this is another important point. If the reporting verb is in simple present, that is in the present tense or future tense, then there won't be any change to the tense of the indirect speech. Okay, so look at this. Irfan says that he is not attending the party. Or if it is Irfan will say that he is not attending the party. Okay, so same rule number 2. If the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, then there won't be any change to the tense of the quoted statement. Hope you understand what we mean by quoted sentence. Sentence that is in the quotation, that is what you understand by quoted sentence. So there won't be any change to the tense of the quoted sentence. Okay, rule number 2. Shall we move on to the rule number 3? We will have examples, number of examples and tasks. You can, when you do these tasks, you will come to know more about this. Hope you are following me. Now let's move on to the rule number 3. If the direct statement is about a universal truth or habitual action, the tense of the verb remains unchanged. Well, when we talk about a universal truth or a habitual action, again the tense will remain the same. Look at this. David said, I go for a walk every morning. I go for a walk every morning. Yeah, look at this. Here, as we have already learned, as per the first rule, the reporting verb is in the past. So we have learned that there will be change to the tense of the quoted sentence. But when we talk about a repeated action, a habitual action, usually there won't be any change to the tense of the quoted sentence. David said that he goes for a walk every morning. So look at this. Here he talks about a repeated action, a habit. When we talk about habits also we don't change the tense in the reported speech. So look at this. David said that he goes for a walk every evening. I mean, if here I mentioned every morning, not evening, every morning. David goes for a walk every morning. Yes, hope it is clear. Here, what is the difference? We mentioned in the first rule, when the reporting verb is in the past tense, the quoted sentence will change. That is, in the present tense, it will change to past tense. But when we refer to a habitual actions, we stick on to the same tense. Okay, but there will be changes to the pronouns as per the subject. Here it is David, so he. And we already learned that if it is a singular subject, that is he, then we have to add s or es to the verb in the simple present. So that's why go, we have goes. Okay, you have to note that point as well, because otherwise you will think that, why there is a change. The change occurred because the subject is he. He goes for a walk. So I hope this is clear. When the reporting verb is in the simple past and the quoted sentence talks about a repeated action, a habitual action, then we will not change the tense when we tense in the indirect speech. Okay. Now also we have mentioned that if the sentence talks about a universal truth, again the tense will remain the same. Look at another example given in your text. Yes. Here it is talking about a habitual action. Now we will look at the second sentence. The teacher said, the earth moves around the sun. The teacher said, the teacher said, the teacher said, the earth moves around the sun. The earth moves around the sun. Here, the sentence, quoted sentence, the earth moves around the sun. This is talking about a universal truth. As we mentioned, when we refer to a universal truth, there won't be any change to the tense when we change that into a indirect speech. So look at this. The teacher said that the earth moves around the sun. Okay. So there is no change whatsoever to the tense. The teacher said that the earth moves around the sun. Okay. So this is about the rule number 3. Even when the reported speech, even if look at this, if the direct sentence talks about a universal truth or habitual action, the tense of the verb remains unchanged. Okay, so this is what we have to discuss. We talked about 3 rules. We will discuss the remaining things in my next class. So in the first rule, we have learned that if the introducing verb or reporting verb is in the past tense form and the quoted sentence is in the present, when we change that into indirect speech, we will change the sentence from present to past. Okay? But when the reporting verb or introducing verb is in the present or future tense, there won't be any change to the tense of the quoted sentence. And point number 3, if we talk about a universal truth or a habitual action, even if the introducing verb or reporting verb is in the simple past, there won't be any change to the tense of the indirect speech. Hope this is clear. We will discuss the remaining things in my next class. Thank you so much. You can type your comments, and if you can follow this, I think this is another option that we are using this live session, and I am very happy that you are attending the class. You can comment, make your comments. We have Google Meet as well. We will conduct classes in Google Meet as well, and also we have other platforms, as I already informed you. Anyway, thank you so much. We'll stop here now and we will resume in our next class. Thank you so much.